Oh, dude, and poor Dr. Voodoo's like getting screwed over every 4 comics.
Oh,
you know, that poor guy.
Oh yeah, Brother Voodoo. That's what you're referring to, right? Brother Voodoo.
Yeah. They changed his name to Dr. Voodoo. They're worried about being PC and getting in trouble.
I feel like we could have a whole lounge discussion on the PC of comics and twisting characters, or doing stuff like that. I was talking with one of my buddies the other day, and he was just kind of talking about the controversy of having the Spider-Man in this run is gay, or in whatever, and it's a whole one of those discussions where, man, like it's interesting, and seeing a character change like that, which is an old character, that like has been established for so long. It's cool only because, like, when you have these characters and they have so many different lines and they have so many different comic runs, and they made a black Spider-Man, they gave it a whole new character, so like,
but that's the thing, right? They made a new character, which is the thing, when you copy and paste someone and make it something else, you're just cheating. You're not creating something new. You're not making an individual. You're just
completely agree.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Like that's why Miles works. He's his own character.
Yeah, he is.
He's another guy with spider powers that's learning how to use them and learning how to be the best he can be.
I didn't really care with his DC run. Like Superman, I was trying to get in that, but I was just like, nah, you should have just stayed with Spider-Man and on Marvel.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of heat for that run. And his Action Comics, he's getting burned on a lot too.
Yeah.
Now it's cool. It's cool that, like, I think comics, above a lot of other industries, like, I think they do a really good job with representation. And if you could always broaden that representation, go for it. Absolutely. Yep. But I agree with you where it's like, if you're gonna just copy and paste a character, like, yeah, it is cheating. I liked how you put that. Like, it doesn't seem like, make a bomb-ass gay character. Like, that's cool. Do that.
Right, like when they did that to Iceman. It's like, well, that wasn't Iceman ever. He was always the womanizer.
I'm gonna give y'all one too, though. Like North Star from Alpha Flight. John Byrne kind of hinted about his orientation like way back when, but
his made sense though. I thought. Yeah. North Star was done right. He was
exactly true. Was done right to the T.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you can progress a character, that's different, but don't just start a whole new comic run.
Throw it in our face, like, don't throw the hardcore true fans stuff in our face like that. We just don't really appreciate it. I mean, I don't have no ill animosity toward anybody, but just don't throw a classic character, just change it all up to fit your fitting for today.
Yeah. Spend the time and energy and create a new character that embodies what you want to tell the story of.
Right.
Marvel's done a phenomenal job of that with Spider-Man, and DC's done a phenomenal job of that with The Flash. There's so many different iterations that they've been like corner that market on coming out with new characters that have different backgrounds, different of The Flash has different sexualities, but they're able
Green Lantern too.
They're able to Green Lantern is able to really focus in and say, hey, we have this, this, and this. If you don't see yourself in Barry Allen, you're going to see yourself maybe in Wally or maybe in whoever.
Yep.
Well, it goes, I mean, that was kind of the whole point with I'm assuming you all saw the Spider-Verse movie, but the whole, like, everyone can be Spider-Man kind of thing when the Peter Parker died. And they were kind of doing that with, like, everyone had the masks on and stuff. Like, everyone can be Spider-Man. And, like, I think it's really cool. You're exactly, he's probably my favorite representation of, like, Spider-Man being, like, whoever. And that movie was really good at, like, showing, like, it's not just one Spider-Man, And, like, go ahead. Like, I'm all like, I encourage the broadening of representation, and I just don't want to see people taking the lazy way out and seeing, first of all, the representation being shot down before it gets a chance because people are like, no, you can't turn Peter Parker, you know, gay, or you can't make Peter Parker black, or, you know, whatever, you know, like, you can't take an established character, take the easy way out, and just...
You say something like, it's not in a bad way, but it's like, we're not really in it. They're going to really bigot you. They're going to, like, throw you under, like, oh, he's homophobe, racist, like, and it's not that. It's just like, we're people who like
this character's been a thing for how many decades? You know, you can't just make him something that he's never been. And that's why people that are like, hey, Miles Morales, let's make a black Superman. Let's make a half black, half Hispanic, actually, Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Half black, half
you
Hispanic.
know, like, you know, like, let's make a female, you know, Spider-Man. You know,
female Iron Man, a black female Iron
Man, and then you have, you know, like Gwen, like Spider Gwen, and you know, like, you can go about it in 80 different ways, you know, and really, it helps the cause, because if you don't piss off the people that are buying these things and reading the books, it actually gives it a chance to be like, you know, for your cause to get off the ground. You know, if the representation is ill took before someone opens a book, there's no
it needs to be there. It just needs to not be done in a lazy manner. I mean, we can spot lazy a mile away. When you're just slapping it, then you're just being reactionary and trying to turn around your dollar. You're not really spending the time to learn about what you need to learn about and create what you need to create to make the character interesting, to give the character 3 dimensions.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, everyone knocks it, and just like everyone knocks the original Spider-Man series. And when I was 10 years old and they first came out, Tobey Maguire was amazing, and I loved them. And then I rewatched them, and I'm like, why did I love this? And 1, I loved, 3, I didn't like. But Amazing Spider-Man, when they came out with Amazing Spider-Man 2 and they made Jamie Foxx Electro, no one really batted an eye, because Electro, he was typically white in the comics, but he's one of those characters that not a lot of people knew a lot about him. Yeah. And he had never been seen much in like mainstream.
What about Nick Fury? Nick Fury was white in the comics too.
Yeah.
The black Nick Fury did look like Samuel Jackson a little bit.
It did. Samuel Jackson called him on it too.
Yeah, in the Ultimate.
I think that was in Civil War, the first issue of Civil War comic book back in the day. He looked it so much like Samuel L. Jackson. Like,
oh yeah.
They took a little inspiration.
So like Caleb was talking about Superman and how they were the problem with the black Superman and everything. Like everybody was getting mad with the black and Hispanic Superman. I was never mad. I was never mad about it. And being a Puerto Rican man, I was like, that's great. Let's see more Hispanic characters. But for me, it was like, don't change Clark. You've already got a black Superman, and his name is Val-Zod. Do that storyline. Why are you going to change a character that everybody knows Superman? Why are you you're just doing it for the sake of everybody else? And I didn't enjoy that. Yeah.
You're doing it for the name recognition. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Wow, we're already getting into some like pretty good conversations for our first time, honestly.
We all care about the characters.
I love it. I really love this. This is awesome.
See, that's the cool thing, man. It's about like with the comic community, like, man, talk about like this weird family. Like, you got people from the craziest backgrounds, different ages, different, social classes, and we all really care about these imaginary people, a lot, and it's so ingrained in us. And it's crazy, like, who it brings together, like, more so than a lot of things, second maybe only to alcohol,
Well, this format here is cool, too, because most of you I've never met in person or talked to.
Met. Nope.
I've known you through I've heard your name through other people. I've heard Vernon's name all over the place. It's amazing I haven't met Vernon before now.
I got a bad
all
rep
over
or
the
something.
I try not to associate myself with DC people too much, but
Oh man.
Hey, I'm on your side with that one.
Hey, Kendall, we know who that DC fan is. We don't want to piss him off.
yeah.
I think I actually shocked Chet by adding the Flash to my pull list.
No, you're great because it makes you the mediator between the two.
Right. You have to like both or like neither.
All right, so there you have it. That was our very first Comics Lounge meeting with everyone. We talked about the new comics, and we also talked about gender bending the characters and changing up their race, their orientation, and all of that. So I hope you really enjoyed that. That's basically what this is going to be from here on out. We hope to get to know you as much as you get to know us as we do this. And we will talk soon. We're looking to put out another video very soon. And we're trying to do 2 to 3 a week. So I hope you had an awesome 4th of July. I hope that you really, truly had a ton of fun. I know it's kind of hard with COVID. Obviously, we're doing the Comics Lounge this way because we just can't do it in person. We're not supposed to. And we don't want to be sitting there with masks on and whatnot and all of that. We'd rather do it this way and be more comfortable. And as you can see, get to know each other and get to know you guys and let you know our thoughts on different things. If you have not subscribed already, right here is that subscribe button that will allow you to get all of our notifications. Hit that notification bell so you get every single notification, not just the ones that are personalized because they don't come through as much for whatever reason. And again, here's our last video up here.